Hello guys, it is Eric here again. I finally found some time to record a video for y'all. I know it's been a bit of time since my last video, but I'm on winter break at the moment. Been just kind of busy with everything, trying to get ready for when school starts again. But I got a good place to record, where hopefully you can't hear everyone in my family just moving around and all that jazz. Um, I'll try to be better about being on Discord. I've just been really busy. Got stuff to do, helping out the family, and just everything. Being with friends I haven't seen, all that. Um, but yeah, just wanted to say I'm almost at 500 subscribers, and thank you guys so much for everything and being a part of this community. It really means a lot to me. That I've been able to grow a big community of people who want to do coding for Minecraft clients and stuff and things. I didn't write a scope for this part, so yeah. So that out of the way, let's get on to this tutorial. If you haven't watched the first part in this tutorial, I would. Episode number 17, you should go watch it. Or if you already have a JSON backend, use that and you can modify it along with what I'm doing through this tutorial. But this is based off of the last tutorial I did. So yeah. First off, what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a new package. Just call it HTTP. Don't have a better name on my brain. Then what I'm going to do is make some endpoints. And these are just going to be some constants, so I can easily down the line change the API or the URL without having to change multiple classes. So I'm just going to say public static put base. This is going to be localhost for now, colon 8080/API. Oops, I need a string here. So now, but this will be changed to your server if you're not doing localhost. Change it to your server, but if you're just using localhost for now, make a localhost. I'm going to do a couple more. Public static final. I probably should make this final too now I think about it. I'm going to copy this. I'm going to paste a lot. We're going to just say map UUID equals base plus map UUID. This is all based off of the endpoints in the documentation on my server. You got your own here. We're going to say is band equals base plus is band is whitelisted equals base plus is whitelisted. We also want the global settings. SETTINGS. Global settings equals base plus global settings. For cosmetics, we want base plus cosmetics. And then I'm going to add one more, which is static, which is base plus static slash client. And this is going to be just used for hosting files to the client if needed down the road in the future. Not going to actually use it now, but if you need to download a file, very simple. You can put it in the folder on the server host, and you can just download it from there. Perfect. All right, now we got this. I'm going to create a class called HTTP utils, which is going to be utilities for pinging a server. So we're going to first make another class inside of it. Public static class. Actually, I'm going to make this outside of this class. It's going to be easier to understand. So we're going to HTTP reply, which is just going to be Gonna have two things in it. We're gonna say public or private string body, private int status code. Man, I can't spell. And then we're going to do, gonna just say public HTTP reply, and we're going to take an HTTP response from Apache. Let's just call it response. And we're going to say if response equals null, body equals nothing, and status code equals -1, else status code equals response dot get status line dot get status code and body. What we'll do is we'll say let's put a try catch here, and we're just going to say catch exception. We'll just say body equals empty string is fine, or error, something along the lines of that. This should never happen unless it doesn't return a body. So we're going to just say body equals entity utils dot toString, and then we're going to do response dot get entity. Oh, I have another set of parentheses. Okay, and then we just want some getters for this. So we're going to say get body, get status code. This just makes it easy to get the body and get the status code because we're going to be using those a lot. Now in here, let's start by writing a couple methods. We're going to do public static void, we want to return HTTP reply, send get string endpoint, and we're just going to call send get return send get endpoint comma null. So I'm going to write another function which is public static HTTP reply send get string endpoint, and then we want a list of name value pairs. Name value pair. And I'm just going to call this params. Import list. And now we're going to say try, put a catch exception, and then we're going to just put stack trace, because it's useful, and we're going to return new reply of null, just because we have to return something. And you'll get the status code will be -1 and all that jazz. So what we want to do is then say if params doesn't equal null, endpoint plus equals question mark plus URL encode. What was it? Yeah, URL encoded utils dot format params, and then we want UTF-8 is the encoding. We're going to say HTTP get that equals new HTTP get and our endpoint. We want to say HTTP client. We'll just call it HTTP client. Good enough. Equals HTTP client builder dot create dot build. And then we're going to say HTTP response. We'll just call it HTTP response equals HTTP client dot execute HTTP get. And we're going to return new HTTP reply of the response. Alright, so there's our get. Now we are going to do something similar. Post, so we're going to say public static HTTP reply send post string endpoint return send post endpoint comma null public static HTTP reply send post string endpoint list of name value pair params, and we're going to do the same thing, which is the try catch exception print stack trace return new status reply of null, and we're going to say HTTP post. We'll just call it post equals new HTTP post pass in our endpoint if params does not equal null. Now we're going to say HTTP post dot set entity new URL encoded entry passing params. We're going to just do the exact same thing here, but passing in our post. Alright, so there's that. The next thing I'm going to do is actually add an asynchronous post because it's going to be useful, I feel like, in the future. So we're going to do static void send post async. And so this is just not going to return anything. And so we're going to do say string endpoint list name value pair params, and we're going to just say, it's kind of a dumb way of doing it, but it's just going to work. We're just going to make a new thread override run and call send post endpoint comma params, and we're not going to care about the response and just call dot start. So this is safe to send while you're playing in the client, like while you're in game and on the main menu and when it's booted. These are not safe to do that because it will hang your main game thread. So you should always do it asynchronously, either with a callback or not with a callback in this case. You can make a callback, but I'm choosing not to for this one, but callback's pretty easy to do if you would like to implement them yourself. Then the last thing I'm going to do is, for the future, I'm going to write a download file function. So public static boolean download file string endpoint file path. And we're going to do try catch every exception, and we're going to do e.print stack trace, and then return false, so it failed to create the file, and then we're going to say input stream right here, input stream equals new URL of the endpoint boom stream. CREM. Control-Shift-O and import everything. Then we're going to say file output stream. File output stream equals new. File output stream and pass on the path. We're going to say IO utils dot copy input stream output stream IO utils dot close quietly output stream and IO utils dot close quietly input stream. And then we're going to return true. So it's not actually used right now, but in the future it's useful to use to download any kind of files you need. Alright, now what we're going to do is create a couple new objects. So we call it JSON objects. So we're going to make a couple ones. So we're going to say object is band. And so this is going to return what is band returns. So if I go to here and I go to the documentation of API, is band, it's going to return some JSON. And I can show you if I say is band here. See, here's what it returns. HWID and is band 01. So what we're going to do is make the exact same thing. We're going to say private string HWID private int is band. Man, I can't spell today. And we're going to say get HWID and is band, which is going to be a boolean, and it's just going to be called is band, and we're going to say if is band equals 1. Let me copy this. There is whitelisted. Is whitelisted. Same here, is whitelisted. Just like this returns if I do is whitelisted. HWID is whitelisted. You need to make sure these are named the same, and if you have any more in here that you're returning, you should add them. Now what I want to do is add a global settings one. So if I do /global settings, is whitelisted and latest version. So let's make a new one. OBJ global settings. You don't have to prefix them with OBJ, it's just a habit of mine until I wrote part of my script, so I'm sticking to that. So we're going to say private boolean is whitelisted. So that's if the client is whitelisted. And we're going to say private string latest version. Get latest version, get is whitelisted. So those are the two things. Just make sure we're spelled right. Latest version, yeah, cool. And JSON, Google's JSON library will automatically import these and fill them in. So keep this private. It's all good. Okay, one more of these, which is going to be object user cosmetics. Now this is going to be a little bit more difficult, but bear with me. We're going to say private string UID, private string cape style. So here, let me actually bring this up, /cosmetics. See how it's formatted. So UID cape style is a string, hat is going to be a class, and googly eyes is boolean. So cape style, which is cape underscore style, is how it's called here. Yep, cape underscore style. We want private int. Why did it say print? Private int googly eyes. And then we also want a private hat. And now when we make the class, we're going to say public class hat. And in here we're going to say private int enabled, private int r, private int g, private int b. Oh my, okay. Well, so apparently I just want to keep typing print and not private. Not really sure why. But I'm not at my normal place to record videos, so maybe that's it. I don't know. I don't have my script right next to me. It's like over to the side. So we're going to say public boolean is enabled, return enabled equals 1. Now we could just do get RG and B as ints, but I'm going to do a public float array, get color. Just so I can use the GL color to color the hat. And we're going to say return new float. And then I'm just going to write a function called convert R, convert G, convert private float convert, takes an int color. We're going to return, let's see, so we want to return in divided by 255f, so it's not integer division, it's a float, and, oh wait, I called it color. Yeah, wait, why'd I also put weirdly 2 parentheses here? Come on, Eric. Alright, so that's going to be it for the hat class. Now we want a get hat. We want a get HW or UUID, but I'm going to change this to UUID and say UUID dot from string. Does that make sense? Then I want to say is Golde is enabled, and this needs to be public boolean. We're going to return Golde equals 1. And then we want to say has cape. Has cape. Return cape style does not equal null. And then we want to get cape style. Yeah, that should be it for this class. Just gonna close out all these. Here, okay. So now once we've done that, we're gonna write some more. We're gonna actually write functions to call everything. Our client will call those functions. You know, a little bit more split up, but I feel like this makes it a little bit easier to understand. So let's do HTTP functions, and going to say first we want a private static final JSON GSON equals new GSON. Then we want a public static void send HWID map. And so this is basically going to push to our database our username, our HWID, and username. So it all maps those all together. So we want to get Minecraft MC equals Minecraft get Minecraft. And I want a list of named or name value pair. DAIR? Yeah. Params equals new array list name value pair. Control-Shift-O. What? Oh, because I spelled it wrong. Cool. Alright, so we're going to say params.add new basic value pair, basic name value pair, which is going to be UID and mc.getSession .getProfile .getID .toString. And we're going to say params.add new basic name value pair as the username. So what is their username? It's going to be mc.getSession.getProfile.getName. Then we want params.add new basic value pair HWID, and then I'm going to make HWID.get, which I haven't made yet, and I'm probably not going to be making in this tutorial, but I will cover it. It's a little bit more complicated, but I'll be covering it in a separate video. So for now, I'm just going to make a new class called HWID, and we're just going to do public static void or string get return fake HWID. Make a note to myself. Implement me. Because we don't have it yet, but we'll use it as a fake HWID. And then we were going to say HTTP utils dot send post async. Our endpoint is HTTP endpoints dot map UID and params. All right, on to the next one. I'm not going to actually use this, but you should implement this in some way, shape, or form if you would wish. I would find it very potentially useful depending on how you want to do it. I'm going to do public static boolean is API up. So what I would do, and I'm not going to do this in the video, but what I would do is check if the API is up and either display a GUI screen saying, hey, you can't play, because people could bypass bans that way if they don't have internet, or message being like, oh, your client needs to be connected to the internet, or just crash it. Or you could also, in your launcher, if you are making one, check to make sure your API is up, just so it's a little bit harder to bypass bans. I'm going to make this function just so you guys can use it. We're just going to say HTTP reply. We'll just call it reply equals HTTP utils dot send get to HTTP endpoints dot base. And then we're going to say return reply dot get status code equals 200 OK. So if we go to API, we return 200 OK, and I also print 200 OK here, but that's fine. Just make sure your API is up. Yeah, I feel like I've repeated that enough. I'm probably still get a comment saying, well, how do you implement this? I'm like, well, I'm not going to in the video. It's up for you guys to do. I believe you can do it. So we're going to do a public static boolean is banned. And if we look at how this returns, we're going to say is banned, and we'll pass in fake HWID 123, good enough. So we need to parse this JSON. Now, luckily, we've written most of the stuff to do that. So we're going to say list name value pairs. We're going to add the HWID that we want to send. Going to say HTTP reply equals HTTP utils dot send get to the endpoint of HTTP endpoints is banned. Pass in the params. Oops. Then we're going to say if reply dot get status code equals 200 for 200 OK. If we succeeded in actually making the request, then we should parse it. We're going to say object is banned. We're going to just say is gson dot object just call it object equals gson dot from JSON of the string, which is reply dot get body, and the class is obj is white, or what we're doing is banned. What am I doing? Obj is banned. Obj is banned dot class. Return obj dot. Did I really mess that up? Hold on. Oh yeah, I really did. Okay, I messed that up. Okay. Look at that. Is whitelisted. Man, that was close. Okay. Maybe that's fixed now. Obj is banned. And return false because they aren't banned if we can't get a reply, but you should check if the API is up or throw some sort of error that said it failed to check if they're banned or not, because you don't want to just unban them if for some reason it failed to see if they're banned or not. You know what I mean? So we're going to do pretty much the same thing here, and just copy this for is whitelisted. Is whitelisted. Pass in is whitelisted here. This is going to be obj is whitelisted. Pass in obj is whitelisted. Is whitelisted. Okay, now we got those. Now the two other things we want to do are giving user cosmetics. So let's do, and the global settings. So let's do public static user cosmetics, or what was it? Obj user cosmetics. Now it's going to be an array, because if we go back to the API, make a request to cosmetics, you'll see we have multiple of these. This marks an array in JSON, so we have an array of these. Array of, we're going to say download user cosmetics. And we are going to return gson dot get JSON, what was it? Or dot from JSON HTTP endpoints dot cosmetics, and then we want to pass in. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's wrong. We need to make a request. Sorry, HTTP utils dot send get to the endpoint of HTTP endpoints dot is cosmetics dot get body, and then we're going to pass in user cosmetics array dot class. Next we want to say public static object global settings get download global setting. So it's going to return gson.from JSON HTTP utilities dot send get HTTP endpoints dot global settings dot get body and pass in object global settings dot class. All right, we're done with this function. Oh, well, this class. Sorry, not function. Okay, now let's start to actually implement this into our client. So we're going to say private volatile volatile boolean is band equals false. Now the reason I'm making it volatile is I would recommend, and I'm not going to do this in this tutorial, but I would recommend every couple minutes for you to check if they're banned from the client, just so you can ban them while they're playing, and it would show the screen. Now you don't have to do that. That's just an option, or you can have them keep playing until they log off, and then when they try to log on, they'll be banned. But I'm going to make it volatile so I can change it from multiple threads without many issues. Then I'm also going, let's see, actually I want this public is banned. Let me private for now, actually. But I want is whitelisted to be public. Is whitelisted equals false. Yeah, actually, you know what? I'm not even going to equal these to anything. This one, pub or private global settings. So now in init, we can make our requests. So we're going to say is band equals HTTP functions dot is band is whitelisted equals HTTP functions dot is whitelisted global settings equals HTTP functions dot download global settings. We also want to send, so what I'm actually going to do right here is going to say HTTP functions dot send the map here. Just to update everything. Oh, actually, well, yeah, I'm actually going to put this on start. You could also put this on init, but I'm going to put it on start so then you can use the session changer and change your map. Also, if you want to have a session changer in-game, you should send this map also along with it. Then I also am going to call a function that doesn't exist yet, which is cosmetic controller dot download user cosmetics. And I'm going to create this function. And right now I'm not actually, well, yeah, we can implement it right now, sure. So now we're going to start to redo this with the whole database. So we're going to say private static user cosmetics, the OBJ user cosmetics, yeah, user cosmetics, and we're going to say user cosmetics equals HTTP functions dot download user cosmetics. Oh yeah, I need to make it an array. Forgot about that. So then what I also want is private static obj user cosmetics get cosmetics, and we want to pass in an abstract client player. And we're going to say for obj user cosmetics UC user cosmetics, loop through all those. If player dot get game profile dot get ID dot equals UC dot get UID. return UC. Else we're going to return null. And then we're going to say for should render top hat if or we're going to say obj user cosmetics UC equals get cosmetics for the player. If UC equals null, return false. Yeah, I can't type. There we go. Return false. Else return UC dot get hat dot is enabled. Now for the hat color, we're going to copy this eventually the same way, and then we're going to we just need to return a color, so I'm just going to return black. But we already check if they have the hat, so we should never really get to this point, but for some reason we do. It's good to return something, and then we're going to just say dot get color. Let's wave that float thing. And we need to remove that return. Alright, should render eyes. Pretty much the same thing as this thing. But instead we're going to say UC dot is Google is enabled. I will cover capes in a different video, but you get the gist of how to do it. Yeah. So that should do all the cosmetic stuff. Now what we want to do is the GUIs for if you've been banned, if you've been whitelisted, and all that stuff. To save time, since this video is already getting long, it's, 42 minutes in? Yeah. Since this video is getting pretty long, I have already pre-made the GUIs that you can download. Feel free to change them. They're not the best, you know. I mean, feel free to use my GUIs, but, like, I would change them just so they don't look the same as everyone's client, you know. Make it your own. So they'll be on GitHub, but I'm just going to copy them into my project. They'll be in the video description, so just download the zip. When you paste them in, let's see, we're going to get some exceptions. Because I will fix all the imports when I publish it. So we want to do that. We want to do that. Import that. Bot is waitlisted. Oh, I spelled it with a weird W. Okay, hold on. I'm going to fix that. It's waitlisted. Yeah. Cool. Is waitlisted, and then client.get instance.is waitlisted. Oops. Yeah. And is waitlisted as public. Great. Yeah. Pretty sure I made that. Yeah. Public. Cool. So let me fix this one too. So just going to go through import HWAD. Gotta make that public. Okay. So now that it's pretty much all fixed, it's going to be a couple things. One, animated resource location. Make sure you import that as well. It's in two places now. It's going to be in this repo, but it's also going to be in my Discord server under user-made libraries. You can go check it out there. And I am just going to make a new package for this called utilities. Paste that in here. This just allows you to use animated GIFs as resource locations in Minecraft. I thought it would be cool, and I will show you what I mean by that in a minute. So let's import that. Alright, now you're going to get this. Copy to clipboard. This doesn't exist, so we got to make it. I don't know why Minecraft doesn't have this by default, but I feel like it would be pretty useful. So I'm going to copy this. Say copy clipboard. Copy clipboard. So it's just those GUI components. So, no, yeah. Okay, I now need to do the click action. I just copy clipboard. It's supposed to be an underscore. Oh, and I just realized I put it in the wrong place. It's not supposed to be in hover event. That doesn't make sense. So now it's going to, yeah. So now what we want to do is find out where these are used. So if we go to here and we look at, go to click event, look at where these are used, right here. So yeah, if it's run command, so what we're going to do, see how this works. Handle component. Okay, so we're just going to say, if it's change page, we're going to make a new one, which is going to be called if it equals copy clipboard. We're going to try to, I think, oh, this is in book. I don't want to do that in book. Where's like suggest command? Yeah, here we go. We want to find it in the GUI screen. Okay, here we go. So let's just copy run command. I didn't write a script for this. Do this all memory real quick. Copy clipboard. We want to say this dot copy. What is it? This dot. I believe there's a function to copy to the clipboard. Is there not a function to copy to the clipboard built in? There's not. Thought there was. Okay. I'm going to pause this really quick and copy this from my other client so I can tell you how to write it, because I thought that function was already built in, but apparently I'm wrong. This is what happens when I'm tired. It's right here in front of me. Like look, right here. It's literally right here. I just am blind. I knew there was one in here. This dot set clipboard string click event dot get value. Okay, cool. The other thing we want to do is in our client assets, I'm going to go to source, Minecraft, client name, or no, wait, hold on. Assets, Minecraft, client name. I am going to go and get this ban.zip and take this folder. Oh boy, and shove it on in here. This will be up for download. This is just a funny GIF and some music to go along with you being banned, because I think that's funny, but go ahead, design your own screens. Yeah. So let's hopefully see if this works. So we're going to make sure that it is whitelisted. It is whitelisted. And let me make sure that I am not banned. So let's see. Should I do ban? Okay, I am banned. Let me make myself not banned real quick. Oh no, that's for that HWD. Never mind. Ignore what I just did. Well, okay, so the client should be whitelisted. So when we play the client, hopefully we should see we get a screen that's like, oh, client is whitelisted. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. And it should pop up the GUI screen, hopefully. Oh, you know what? Wait a minute. I didn't even oh my lord. Okay, hang on. Getting ahead of myself here. I didn't actually tell you guys how to code it in. Oops. Okay, if is band and not Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot current screen instance of GUI HWAD ban. Then we want to say Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot current dot display GUI screen new GUI end screen. Now, if you guys want to add a way to get a reason in here, go for it. I'm leaving that up to you guys to do a reason. I might cover it in the future, but for now, let's just do reason. Remember to put a reason in there. Then we also want to say if global settings dot is whitelisted and we're not whitelisted. It's a little bit confusing on both of them named is whitelisted, but so if it is whitelisted, we're not whitelisted, and Minecraft dot get Minecraft dot current screen instance of GUI whitelist. So if we're not displaying the whitelisted GUI, then we want to basically just copy what's above Minecraft dot get Minecraft display GUI screen new GUI. Okay, now we should hopefully see that we are whitelisted, or that we'll get a screen saying we're not whitelisted if everything goes well. So initialize everything, and we crashed. Oh no, what did I do wrong? Something happened here. See that get session? Oh, do I not have a UID? Because I am running in Eclipse, right? Okay. I will be right back, and I'm going to log myself in as my account real quick. At least one of my accounts. Alrighty, I'm back. Yeah. So, kind of forgot about this. Yeah, okay, so there's two ways of doing this. Either log yourself in with your account using the account switcher, or just call it on start, so then your UID has actually had time to initialize. Yeah, okay, so now if we debug, this tutorial is getting long, man. I might split this up to 2 videos. Should see, here we go. Hi, thank you for using example client. The client is currently whitelisted for beta testing. You can click to copy, and it will copy it. We'll close Minecraft, and if I pull these up on screen, refresh will send a new thing. It won't let you do it multiple times. So what we're going to do is go to HWID whitelist and say fake ID is whitelisted. Refresh again. Lets us in. Great. Now what we're going to do is go to HWAD ban, and we're going to say fake HWAD, and they are banned. So now if we launch the client again, should see that we are banned. There we go. So here you've been banned from example client, you've been banned for a reason, appeal, click to open link, click to copy. You get a GIF and you get music. I think it's brilliant, right? Yeah. Perfect. Alright, that's the end of this tutorial, guys. I gotta go edit this because it's almost an hour tutorial. Yeah, thanks for watching. I'll try to get more tutorials out soon. Yeah. Have a good day, my dudes.